I'll do the typical Joe Rogan countdown. 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -1, 0, and we're live. Dakota,
I
fucker,
returned.
back from the dead.
I'm told
There's
this is what the people wanted.
Well, oh my god! Every fucking time I do a live stream, somebody at least once asks, "Where is Dakota?" And I'm like, dude, back then, like we had like nobody watching our shit.
Yeah, but they still remember.
Right, but it's like they're still watching it. I'm like, so there's like all 20 of you
Yeah, all
are
four of
still
the people that remember me can see this.
right, like
Yeah.
Todd B and shit like that. But like, I haven't seen him in a while. But no, it's like, remember, like back in the day, it was like what 2014 or 15 that we would like just be talking on Skype, and then I was like, why don't we just go? Why don't we just stream on YouTube
Can you hear that
with
weed
our
rip?
Oh yeah.
This is what you
Well, I
get.
thought it was a fucking radio. I thought it was like a fucking playing some music or some shit. But no, we're good. But like, no, it's like, so let's go live. Like, why don't we just broadcast our usual shitty talks?
Which are
And it was
great.
like, well, yeah, but like that's how it went. And then that like that core group of like 20 people maybe were like, oh, this is fucking beautiful.
The people that are as hateful as us, they're like, yes.
Yes. And we mainly bitched about reenactors, which we're definitely going to do in a little bit.
Wait,
Because
it's not like there's any shortage of things to bitch about when it comes to
no, it was because like
reactors.
for those of you who are just watching now, like we Dakota and I used to do reenacting a lot, and it was fun, and it was like, okay, we bitch about things. We just went to an event. What was it? 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago?
Around
A
there,
month
yeah.
ago? Something like that. Well, it was June 6th, so yeah, it was about a month ago.
Yeah.
And we both went there. He did Imperial German, Roar One. That weed whip is very close.
Yeah, it's across the road. Here, we'll just close this. I'm in this room I never fucking use that has no ventilation at all. So it's like it's toasty in here.
You're gonna be sweating spinal fluid pretty soon, is what you're saying?
Yeah, just red faced. I'm gonna look like I'm trashed or something.
just just
Like,
just fucking sweating. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fun. You know, it's actually like up here today. It's not that hot. It's actually like 75 degrees and not
oh,
humid.
it's not that nice here, but it's a nice day. It's just this shitty room that like I'm cut off from
Yeah.
both air conditioners, and the cat would be up my ass if I had the door open. And
Oh, of course, of course.
she
Yeah.
she fucking loves me. I hate cats, so she's like, oh, like we're bros. Get the fuck away from me.
Well, right. Like cats are. Yeah, I used to hate cats too, and then I started.
Well, I mean, I don't hate this one. She's grown on me.
No, but like that's the thing is like I fucking hated cats, and Sophie and I started dating, and it was like, okay, I'll tolerate your two cats, and then dude, I didn't tell you this. Like, so we remember how Remington used to just meow constantly and like had these little fits when
Yeah,
like in Minneapolis, that apartment,
yeah.
dude. 2 days after moving out here, he hasn't done that shit since. I think he was just really stressed by the noise and the constant like the kerfuffle of like the city,
Yeah.
and he was like really bad, and then he hasn't done that shit since we've lived out here. So
Oh, Miley's had the
yeah.
opposite problem where she used to hide. Now she won't shut the fuck up.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, she's just like as soon as we moved here, she may as well have kicked in the front fucking door and just decided this was all her place. The cat is just like all over, begs for food, fucking meows at weird hours of the night.
Well, that
Stole that
sounds
chicken
shitty.
breast. She's a cat, so yeah.
It's a cat, so yeah.
Yeah, just
Dude, I've got 4 cats now and a dog. Well, he's not really a dog. He's a fucking weasel horse. But I mean, like, we were actually contemplating like going back to the shelter and be like, hey, listen, we paid for a dog. You didn't sell us a dog. You sold us a fucking weasel horse.
not whatever this thing is. Get it away from me.
The what?
I said like not whatever this thing is. Here, give me my money back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like exactly. But it was a joke, but it was half serious. I was like, he's he's a fucking weird piece of shit, and I mean, he's half Doberman and half Coonhound, two kinds of Coonhound.
Yeah.
So he's extremely stubborn, and he's like a sight and smell hound. So he's like, woo, boom, bam, chases after something. He does not listen. What? If you're like, hey, come back. He's like fucking on it, and I'm like, well, that's retarded. That's not good.
It's a dog, so yeah.
No, dogs that I've had growing up, like you tell them, even if they're in hot pursuit, if you tell them, hey, come back here, they're like, oh, I acknowledge you because you give me food and you protect me. Okay, I'll go back to you. No, this fucking thing.
You're retrievers, right?
Yes.
Well, they're not fucking retarded. That's the difference.
Right, and this thing.
yeah. Like most breeds of dog are fucking stupid.
Right, exactly, and that's the thing is like he's smart, but he's fucking. Well, it's funny because like, well, yeah, he's an asshole because here's the thing is like a lot of people are like, he's independent. It's like, no, that's modern speak for fucking stubborn as fuck.
Yeah, that's like people who like dogs and will put no fault on them. That's their like new speak for the dog's an asshole. Like dogs have personalities. They don't.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh for sure.
Well, you get people who like. What I'm getting at is you get people who are like, oh, the dog doesn't know any better. It's just like in the wild, the dog would shut the fuck up. The dog's an asshole,
right?
Like
dogs.
We're a dog psychologist. The dog's a prick.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
exactly. Like
I love the dog. The dog is great. It's friendly. It's just an asshole, and I don't want it to like try and fuck the other dog, and it does.
Well, dude, this thing is asexual. I've never seen a male dog never hump anything, even before we got him cut.
Really?
Never. No, he never does that. Okay, yeah. So here we're getting into the weeds here. This fucking thing has never humped never.
Not even like a toy or a blanket. Nope. It's been chewing up. Nothing.
No. Speaking of blankets, we'll get into that in a second. But like, no, this fucking thing has never humped anything. Even a female dog, like a bitch. Yeah, I can say that on stream because it's fine. He has never humped anything, and he just doesn't seem to care or want to. We get him clipped. He was in pain for a couple hours. He woke up the next day and he was just like, "Oh, look at me! I'm gonna jizz on the couch a lot less." That's basically it. Like
my folks' dog was like that, but like fucking retarded. But the only thing that dog cared about was food. It had no sexual drive whatsoever before or after getting clipped. Like. I think it smacked its head and knocked itself stupid. That's my guess. But
here's the thing: is the shelter found this thing walking, like just somebody dumped him,
just like on its own, just
yeah. And he had a couple siblings from this whatever, but like they found him and they're like, yeah, and he was at the shelter for 7 fucking months.
Yeah, you see, you picked the slowest one out of the fucking.
Well. What also, speaking of blankets, right now I'm looking at him. This fucking thing, this dog, quote unquote, I've never seen a dog that likes being underneath a blanket, right? Much less.
Seen a few, but not many.
Dude, much less right now, like he literally will not sleep unless he has a blanket to like throw over himself and burrow in underneath. Huh. Yeah. Okay, yeah, weird. Your face says it all. Like
that is fucking weird.
It's weird, and like if he doesn't have a blanket, he has anxiety, and he just cannot fucking stay still. If he throws a blanket over himself, he'll sleep, and he's just fine. He loves it.
Your fucking dog has autism. You gotta get him a weighted blanket.
Well, he might have autism, but he's not stupid. That's the thing. Is like he's not stupid. He's just very stubborn, and like
you're stupid.
Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me. That's basically his fucking attitude.
That's what my folks' dog is too. Like sharp as a tack. He's a German Shepherd. He's crazy smart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like he'll do something because that's what he wants to do. He's an asshole.
Right. And this thing is like I don't want to beat the shit out of him. Because I don't want to be that dog owner. But like,
yeah,
it's like.
But that would do it.
that would.
Well, that's the problem. Is like that always sucks when you're like, I don't want to be that guy, but I know that motherfucker would work.
Right. And then what was funny is because he lived in a shelter for the first 7 months of his life,
Right.
they just let him shit and piss wherever. So for the first
So we got used to doing that.
Right. And so for the first couple of years, he would just shit and piss inside if he wasn't let out. But he also didn't tell us.
That's fucked.
Now, yeah, it is fucked. And it's like, how do you, and one day I think I was down at the shoot for the film. And Sophie told me when I got back, she's like, yeah, the dog and I had a bit of a scuffle. And I'm like, okay. And so we have a paper towel roll in the laundry room, which is also the entryway and also his room.
Mm.
And she said that she got so fucking mad because he pissed and shit one morning. She took the fucking paper towel roll and started beating the fuck out of him with it, right? And it's a paper towel roll. It's not really
it's a paper towel roll. He's fine.
But like she said, yeah, I worked him over real good. Like it was like I went above and beyond because I was so mad. So now, like, he hasn't actually pissed or shat in the house in a long time.
Like since then?
Well, no, after that it happened a couple times. And so now if he does, even if you grab a paper towel roll in front of him, he cowers in the corner. I'm like, what did you do to this fucking dog? Like,
and how did you do it with a paper towel roll?
Right. It's like, and he just like, he gets down and he like cowers and waits for it. It's like
she's fucking sodomizing the dog with the paper towel roll.
You're gonna fucking take this. You will learn your fucking lesson. And it's like,
this is where all the problems are coming from.
Yeah, I don't think she did that. I think she just like smacked him several times with this fucking thing. And
right,
it's like,
but it's a paper towel roll.
Right.
So what?
Right. Yeah, but he's such a fucking pussy. Like and thank Christ the oldest cat, like you met Wally, right? Back in the cities, like the old one with no claws.
I can't differentiate between the two. Which one is shit on my coat?
I think that might have been Remington. Remington's a fun is what we call him.
Well, one of them had a liquidy shit and then walked on it and walked all over my coat. Is what happened.
Yes.
With a big shit smear right on the fucking like cuff.
Yes.
And I didn't see it until I got home, and it was summer, and I drove home with that thing in the back of my car, and I was like, "That's baked on shit." It's in the bathtub, fucking hand scrubbing with Woolite.
That's better. That's better than the experience you had in Oshkosh.
Where I probably had like human shit on me.
Yeah, I just remember you just sitting there, you're just like looking at your hands repeatedly. You're just like,
yeah, like fucking bum shit on me or whatever.
That was fucking hilarious. And like, I knew I was like, it's not really great.
Like I knew it wasn't shit too, but I'm sitting there like, fuck. It could be.
And then it was just
there's no guarantee it's not shit. Right.
There wasn't. And then yeah. But yeah, the one that shit on your coat on your coat was probably Remington.
Well, this is great because I'm just like, man, if I cat shit on my coat, and she's like, "What do you want me to do about it?" It's like, fine. It's my $300 fucking coat with like the hand sewn fucking custom collar.
Right.
Well, fuck, what do you want? Like, I don't know. I want people to stop shitting on my things.
Well, people didn't shit on your things. A cat did, but no, it's like Wally's the older one, the really light colored, like beige one, who has no claws, and he didn't meow a lot. He was just like very big, and goddamn, and yeah, he thank Christ he doesn't have claws. The dog would have been fucking dead 2 days after we got him if Wally had claws. Wally fucking hates the dog, like
really?
Viscerally, like. He'll be laying on a couch or the bed, and he'll just look and be like, meow, just because the dog's walking in the vicinity of him, and then he'll jump up and go after the dog and just start beating the shit out of his face. He'll go for his eyes too, right?
That's
the thing.
fucked. Like actual kill shot kind of shit.
Oh yeah, like he goes there, but he doesn't have front claws. We didn't do that, but like that's the way we got him from the shelter.
Well, thank God.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Because if he would have front claws, the dog would have been dead a long time ago, just torn to fucking ribbons.
Just waste of money.
Well, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's fucking, it's insane. But yeah, and then Remington is still the one that meowed and probably shat on your coat. He's still well and alive, and like, so he's like, Devin calls him the collapsed sun, right? Because he's so fucking dense and he's orange, you know?
Right.
And the first time my mom ever was like, oh, hey, she met him. She's like, oh, hey, kitty, right here. Picks him up and she's like, oh my God, you're fat. Because he's so heavy.
Yeah. Well, I can remember them walking on me. Like,
right, yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, trying to watch TV?
He's like 13 pounds and he should be about 6. You know, like he's more than twice what his weight should be. Like that's even more than me. Like I'm not twice what my weight should be, but he is. And so like a couple of years ago, we had to bring him to the vet for something, and we're like, well, how is his weight? The vet's like, oh, it's fine. It's like, well,
It's fine.
You see the chart on the wall of like an obese, like a morbidly obese cat, and he fits that.
It's like he's fatter than that. It's like, whatever, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. So I guess he's fine, and he can move, but it's funny when he does move because like you see like the gut jiggling from side to side as he's running.
Like,
it's fun.
Like when you see somebody fatter than fuck, but they can like really go.
Oh, they can move. Yeah, it's like do I dare say it? Luftwaffles.
You know, I've never seen him. I heard he could. I think I heard it from you.
Well, yeah, but the guy can apparently move.
I've never witnessed it. Like I figured he was like stumped next to that tree by the cafe. Because that's the only place I've ever seen him.
Yes. And the funny thing is, I actually, when we were on set, I was talking to a couple of the actors from Hollywood about Luftwaffles.
Were they like familiar?
No, they didn't know, and
he's made the rounds. Like I've seen him on like on the internet at large. I was Googling something and I saw like a meme of him in German, like just somewhere.
Yeah.
He's all over the planet.
Oh yeah, for
just
sure.
This fat dude in Illinois.
Right, and you know, I explained this to one of the actors. I was explaining him before he saw a picture, and I was like, so the first time I ever met Luftwaffles,
he wears his chin strap over one of his chins.
Well, he puts it up over his visor. You can't fuck it. There's no way. Like you'd have to have a custom made like 10-foot fucking. But anyway,
can't wear it over the
and so I was explaining like the first time I ever met him. I think this is before you and I met.
Probably.
We went down to the big event in Illinois, and
yeah, because you were one of those ahead of me. I went to all the other ones.
Yes. So this is probably 2014, and we met him. And we're like, holy shit, we're meeting a meme. Like this is like fucking real shit. And he's got his fucking gas mask can that's painted the wrong color in front, and somebody I was with,
the cool dark green ones.
Yeah, and so one of the guys I was with was like, hey, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep a straight face.
I wouldn't be able to.
And he's like, hey, that's a cool gas mask can. When he got in there, he opens it up. It's literally a fucking like family-sized jug or jar of fucking Daisy sour cream in his gas mask can. And we're like,
was it open?
I don't know. Maybe, probably. But I'm like, I lost it.
Can you imagine just a spoon sticking out of it, bitch?
Right. But I'm just like, I lost it. I'm like, oh my God, you cannot make this shit up. Like, you can't. He's like, I just got this in here. And then the guy I was with was like, oh, yeah, right on, dude. Like, holy fuck. I had to go back because I was laughing so fucking hard. I had to, like, walk away and take a beat, you know?
I would have to, too. You know, like the wheeze laughing where, like, like up here, and you can't breathe.
Dude, I could, yeah, exactly. I could not breathe, and I'm just like, I have to go back here. And so I was sitting there, I have my arms crossed, and I'm just like, whatever. And it's like,
leaning against something dying.
right, and I'm just like, you literally have a fucking 1 pound container of Daisy sour cream,
which is just fat.
Right. And like, but it's, I mean, it's good, but like, what the fuck are you doing with having a 1 pound container of Daisy sour cream in your fucking gas mask canister in the heat when it's painted that dark, shitty green? Like, what are you going to drink that shit later? What are you going to do?
Wait, so here's why I asked if it was open. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because after years, I've been trying to figure out the contents of the gas mask canister. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it, like you, obviously. Like, why the fuck would you have that? Like,
right.
And I'm trying to think of, like, he's going to go out to supper, and he's really afraid they're not going to have any. Or he needs, like, some kind of weird allergenic fucking sour cream, whatever. But no, he said it's Daisy. Give him the benefit of the doubt. What if it's unopened and it's for the weight? So he doesn't, like empty pack syndrome. When you watch a movie and you see somebody with a fucking flat bread bag.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, why sour fucking cream?
I know, because I wondered that too. That was also my next question, was why sour cream and in the sun? Because you're going to be, unless he's dumb and didn't think of the heat.
Well, but here's the thing is, like, if I don't get me wrong, I love sour cream. It's delicious.
I hate it, but I mean,
okay, literally nobody gives a fuck. But
who gives a fuck that you like it?
Well, because it's relevant to the story I was about to tell.
Is it?
As much as I like sour cream, would I ever stuff it in any pocket, pack, can, or anything on my gear for reenacting? Absolutely fucking not.
You don't like it enough.
Okay, so that brings us to the next point. Like,
why is he so fond of sour cream?
Right, what the? And it's just like nothing for him too. It was just like, oh, yeah. Oh, you got sour cream in there, yeah. Like, it was nothing. Like, he didn't get the irony. He was just like,
see, this is all context I don't have. Like, if God, I wish I could have been there. I could see his body language, watched him, like, because that would be awkward for any other human. Like, if that was me, if I had sour cream in there, even if it was for the perfectly weird but valid reason of the weight, I'd be absolutely mortified once somebody had seen it.
Right, and yeah, like, sees it, like, you have to open the can because they asked, and
yeah, there's no way out of it without being weird. So
it's a funny thing. Yeah, it's a thing of like. So here's my thinking though, is like, that was the first thing we asked, is like, oh, or not we, but friends, like, they were like, oh, that's a cool gas mask, Ken. Just like trying to start conversation without fucking busting out laughing. What do you got in there? And it's sour cream. It's like, what did he have in the rest of his gear?
I hadn't thought of that.
Well, that's what I thought. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, and that's why I had to like turn away, and like I was fucking belly laughing. I was like,
yeah, because you're picturing like the Snickers in his ammo pouches and everything else. Yeah. Like, what other wacky shit is hiding somewhere?
Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on? Like,
that's all reenacting. All reenacting is what the fuck are we doing here? So that's not
right.
Like when you first walk out, you're like, oh man, I got this cool shit. I look so cool. And then like the first normal person that sees you is just, fuck me, dude. This is just fucking mistake.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck. This is.
I shouldn't have spent thousands of dollars on this. I should have just gotten the drug habit like everyone else.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I should be just fucking, not even skin popping, but actually like doing heroin,
Yeah, it's like I should have just snorted all of this like a normal person, like.
Right, and it's just like you feel like the shame kind of. You're like, oh, fuck.
You feel like you're caught like fucking something you shouldn't have. Like the first normal person that sees you is like you with your dick in the pie, like from
Right. Oh shit! Pie. You found the hole that I fucking cut in my pillow. Like, not good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's really not.
It's
good.
every time. Like, no matter how cool your shit is, you feel like that.
Right, but like, if if my gear contained fucking sour cream and other food particles, that I mean, how far does that amplify the cringe? Really, let's be honest here. How much does that amplify? Like you're there with wearing this old shit. I mean, it's like
I think it would to us. It wouldn't to anyone else because they're like the unwashed, the unwashed like history people have sour cream in their clothes. Fucking figures, you know.
Yeah, fucking.
Because you forget, like, the public go to any event with the public because they've been guilted into it by their children because they promised they'd take them somewhere, or they've been shanghaied into it by like their schools or something. So they're gonna look at you like a zoo animal, which is essentially what you are. But
yeah, it's like,
but they think the lowest of the low. You know, you're like not fun carnies. You know,
yes, yeah.
Like they hate you as much as the carnies, but at least the carny pulls the lever and they get G-force.
Go around in circles and have time, and yeah, it's fun. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. Like when you're absolutely fucking, you have nothing left in life, and you're miserable, and you like history. You go to living history events and reenacting events. It's like, then after your life gets back on track, maybe, possibly not forever, you go, wow, this is fucked. And then you
go, wow, this is lame. I mean, you still like doing it. At least you can see it the way.
Right, but here's the thing: is like, then you go to an event like we did a month ago, and then you're like, hey, it'll be different this time.
You've been away from it too long. After 3 years, like I have 3 years, and I was like, oh man, I remember like there was so much cool shit. They're gonna have a tank there. I'm gonna go see the fucking tank. We're gonna take some cool photos by it. We're gonna do the weather won't be shit. I don't know why I thought that. And you know, like the weather's gonna be fine. But Mr. fucking Blue Skies playing in your head, and you're remembering like it was nothing but good times. You get there and like, oh, this is gay.
That was a really, really cool dose of reality that we got, because it's like, oh, the weather's shit. The weekend that they picked for this was shit. And immediately upon walking in there, you deal with like weaponized fucking autism.
Yeah, it's weapons grade. It's bad. Like your hair falls out if you shoot your head too hard.
Oh no! I'm talking about the other people that are there.
No, that's what I meant. Their autism is like cancer inducing.
Oh!
Make your hair fall out fucking like fucked up bad. Yeah.
I get the reference now, and yeah, that's fun.
Right, it would have been.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is like, and then you get the people that show up. I mean, again, this is like always focusing on the negative.
We have to talk about the fucking like weird parents with their cloud of children all wearing masks outside kind of
that thing. Was fun. And then the other guy that we were hanging out with, just wear it. Dude, I was laughing so fucking hard at that. Like, I'm like, it's exactly it. It's exactly what you're. Yeah, it's exactly it. And yeah, it's like, yeah, the like weird fucking like cultish families that have masks on all their kids. They're wearing masks. It's like, you're outside. None of us are going to be retarded enough to show up like ill.
You're outside in like it's not like we're a densely populated state. Right.
Well, no, it's also like nobody is in your face unless you want them to be.
Right.
Like at any event ever. It's not like, oh, I have to be literally 2 inches away from this guy and he's going to be spitting his drunken old man breath and his spit into my mouth, talking to me about how the fucking Second World War or the First World War was.
No, it's not carrying a rifle. You're always carrying a rifle.
Right.
Which means it's always going to be out in front of you because you're standing and we live in a lazy country. We're all lazy. We're going to use it like a cane. That's what I do.
Oh, shit. Can you see the chat?
No, I'm not on YouTube. I don't.
Okay. So we just got one. First of all, John of all trades, $5 super chat. Cool. Would it make a difference if he was using an ice pack? Love the content, good times. Yes, it would make a difference if he was using an ice pack.
Yeah, that'd be less weird.
That'd be lesser, but he had a fucking bin of sour cream just there in his hot ass gas mask can. Like, it's gonna melt. I couldn't afford a spoon, so I'm just gonna let it melt so I can drink this shit later. Like, what are you doing?
So, okay, if you don't have the context too, like, when you want to be, king retard, you want to be the smartest of the retard, you want to be the best nerd reenactor.
The smartest kid with Down syndrome, basically, is what it is.
Yeah. If you want to be, king autist, you try to carry shit that they would have carried at the time. So you fill your pockets full of goofy shit nobody sees that you wasted money on. And if you do have food items, like me, and if you do have food items, you probably aren't going to be carrying, like a bag of Doritos in your pocket.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, so that he loses points on that too. It's like the Daisy sour cream. You didn't even like churn your own cream and put it in your disgusting little tin. Like, so you lose points there, but yeah, you wouldn't have sour cream. I don't know.
For goddamn sure, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, the ice would be better. He loses marks in multiple directions. He's a bad nerd. He's a predictable fat person, which makes him a bad fat person. He's everything he shouldn't be.
Right, and yeah, and then so below that, Nash Paulson goes, "Are you talking about that Dundas event?" Because we were kind of, and
yeah, I know.
Nash is. Let me see really quick. Yeah, it's fucking. I think Nash might have been there, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, but
it was like again. You and I had not done an event in fucking years.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We
got back and we're like, hey, this time it'll be different. It'll be
this
better.
Is gonna be great. Yeah.
And it was fun hanging out with you, but here's the thing: is we could do that outside of an event. We get to the event and it's just like immediate weaponized autism everywhere. It's like, oh my god, like what the fuck is? And there was one dude walking around like a cracked out fucking Indiana Jones, like.
Oh man, he was the best part of the event.
But yeah, we're just sitting there.
Who was he? Was he part of the event? Was he part of the public? What is he?
He paid money to walk in and do whatever the fuck he was doing.
What was he doing?
Walking around as Indiana Jones.
But he like didn't talk to anyone. He didn't like
weirdo.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, and it was fun. And then they had a little train that was really fun. You guys rode on that, and I got pictures and videos. You guys ever run for office?
Oh, you have a video? I don't have a.
Oh yeah, I've got.
I want the video.
No, that's for me to have when you eventually run for political office. I'll be like, you want to know what Dakota was up to?
I don't give a fuck. Like, you're like, oh, I had so and so ride the train, then it'd be less embarrassing. Like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what any of these people think.
Like, I'm just fucking with you. But like, so Nash said my group does the 105th ECB, whatever. You have to elaborate. Engineer something. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
No, that's what I think it is. And I heard some not good things about that event this year. I was happily not there this year. Yeah, well, it was really fucking sad.
The weather really was the worst part.
Well, no, it was just like nobody was fucking like reenactors and
more reenactors probably would have showed up if the weather wasn't shit. They're pussies. Reenactors are pussies.
Right, and that's the thing is like we had shown up there before, and like that was, dude, there were so many fucking people there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's like they had a tank and cannons and like a decent amount of different people from different eras. Like a few years, it's been pretty cool actually. Like,
yeah, for sure, and like that was fun, and like we go there like our first event back on the saddle after years, and it's just like this fucking depressing like hellscape. It's like And the reenactors are getting yelled at for wearing a fucking uniform from these like old Marines that probably served only stateside, and like, or they're solo, you know? Which I was like, what the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, only fucking veterans can play pretend. You have to have actually done it and now be way fucking older so that you're incorrect for the role you're portraying, and then put on that uniform, and then you're allowed to play soldier.
Right, and it's like I wish, because that was literally right when we were gonna leave the second day.
This was the same fuck that hung the flag upside down. Sorry.
No,
I wasn't no veteran.
Well, that was a different story. No, this guy was like, do you remember like when we were about to leave on the second day, we were like about to leave for good, and Griffin was sitting right next to us, and we had that little group, and that one guy came up and he was talking and he was fine and whatever. And then when we left, there was that guy wearing the Marine veteran hat, and we left. And apparently he went up to Griffin and lit his ass up about, did you ever serve?
Oh, was a member of the public then?
Yeah, I was a member of the public, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought we were talking about another reenactor.
No, we'll get to that, but like, because that's fucking. Also,
I thought you were talking about that guy. I thought
no. This is a member of the public that bitched out this guy.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, and
that poor fucking kid. He gets so much shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, rightfully so, but like, still, it's like, fucking, what is he really doing wrong? Like,
he's not doing anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong.
He's just being a fucking 21-year-old.
No, but no, he got bitched at. That's what I'm saying. He didn't do anything wrong. He got bitched at all weekend from like multiple sources for no reason.
Right. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, he's being a fucking 21-year-old. If you don't know, weird fucking reality check here is most guys who are in wars in combat arms are very fucking young.
Weird.
Like between 18 and 24. Well, when you're between 18 and 24, you're a fucking kid and you're annoying and you do dumb shit that you don't think about first. You think it's funny, blah blah blah. It's like that's who's fought the wars. It's not these fucking 65-year-old fucking, I was in the Marine Corps at one point in my life. You know, guys that
I had a particular job for 4 years in my 20s. Right. Fucking respect me.
And I'm gonna walk and carry myself like that for the rest of my life, and make everybody around me hate me because, yeah, if you hate me, it's because you hate the Marine Corps. Yeah, you're a fucking cunt. That's why.
Yeah, that's it. We hate that you're a cunt. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's like, dude. Yeah. It's like I finally understand. Like, if you let a job you did define the rest of your life and the way you carry yourself forever, you are fucking useless.
Yes.
Literally useless. Like, you are so fucking pathetic and so fucking uninteresting and retarded. I don't want to be around you at all. Like, I just don't. Yeah, and then you do shit like hanging the fucking goddamn flag upside down when you're raising it. It's like, oh, okay, you were a fucking Marine. How many times did you fucking do this? Never. You were never on flag detail. Garen fucking teed. You raised you literally looked at the fucking flag as it was raising upside down, and you said, "Oh, we're just gonna go with it. We'll fix it later." No, penis. No. You should have immediately been like, "Oh, the American flag is upside down. We're gonna fucking take more time than we already have being retarded on the ground. We're gonna drop that bitch and then fucking reposition it to where it's right side up instead of raising the American flag upside down at an event where there's people who paid to come here watching."
Oh,
what the fuck are you doing?
Watching you specifically raise it that manner. Because if you weren't going to have some sort of pomp or, like thoroughfare about the whole thing, you would just have the flag on the pole. So you made this a thing so that you could do it and show how cool you are to the people who paid money. And then you fucking raised the flag upside down and did it the whole way. Well, saluting the goddamn thing.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there going,
that was the longest. That was like the longest 30 seconds of my life.
It wasn't 30 seconds, dude. It should be 30 seconds because I've sat through a lot of those. Like when I was in the military, you sit through a lot of the flag raising. Okay, you go, oh shit, well, pocket face that, bam. It's literally 30 seconds tops that should take. That took literally like 5 fucking minutes of them fumble fucking with the flag, didn't know how to unfold it, didn't know how to fucking put it up on the fucking pole, and then you hang it upside down. What in the whole chicken fried fuck are you thinking that's going to make me respect you as a former Marine? I was a Marine at one point. It's like, hey, penis, I was a nasty girl. I was in the National Guard with combat experience, and I guarantee you I can fucking raise that flag better than your fucking stateside ass in the Marine Corps could fucking raise that. Because I would have been able to go, hey, this is upside down. Let's not hang it this way. Let's not raise it, you know?
Let's not do the stupid fucking thing we decided we were going to then follow through with.
And then do it again. It's like, no, you fucking shit the bed. Let's leave the goddamn flag upside down because obviously, because of fucks like you, this country's in trouble, and we are in a state of emergency. So yeah, keep that fucker upside down.
I resent you're using shitting the bed as like a comparison. Because at least if you shit the fucking bed, you would try to mitigate it. You try to pinch it off.
Which I have, and I did.
Right, yeah, you know, you try to pucker it, you know, and catch whatever liquid.
Oh, dude, when I had dysentery though, when I had dysentery in basic, I fucking shit the bed literally. So, not good.
Yeah, well, you had dysentery. You can't fucking fight yourself for that.
Right. But like,
you're gonna shit something when you have dysentery.
I couldn't control that. That's the difference. This fucking piece of shit that's like,
yeah,
my entire existence is based around a job that I did years ago, and I'm old and fucked up now. I'm going to wear my cover correctly. I'm going to walk around and I'm going to talk to people like I'm still in the fucking Marine Corps. It's like, really, how fucking shitty is your life? How fucking shitty is your existence? Because you can't get over that. And then you hang the fucking colors upside down.
But also you don't try to mitigate it. This is shitting your pants and then following through.
I suppose. So my analogy was a little bit off. My shit analogy was a bit off.
Yeah.
And no, I'm
not dwelling on it. I'm just saying, like,
no, but you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, dude, even before I was told that he was a Marine in a previous life,
you can tell.
I was like, oh, this guy is like living a fucking fantasy. And I'm sitting there wearing fucking World War I French shit. And you're wearing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not wearing a fucking U.S. uniform, and you're wearing German shit. And it was funny because that one guy, that he was nice and everything. Like, I don't care with the spastic kid, which is a normal kid actually.
Oh yeah. No,
he's like,
that's a healthy kid.
Yeah, right. And it's like, so when he's like, oh, are any of you guys veterans? And I would like, everybody's like, nope. And I'm like, yeah, me. I the only reason I said yeah, me is because I was wearing a fucking World War I French uniform.
Right.
You know, it was funny as shit because it's like, yeah, like I am the only one who's a veteran and all that shit, but that doesn't matter. It really doesn't because it you don't have to be a veteran to do research and put together a uniform and impression.
Well, you don't have to learn to wear it correctly, you know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like, that's why it's so irrelevant. And that's why I like pointing that out. It's like, well, I'm not a veteran of the First World War as a French soldier, but I'm wearing this. So like, am I invalid? Or because, your definition of like, oh, well, if you were in the military, you can't wear a uniform. If that whole shit like is real, like, well, yeah, well, technically speaking, I can't wear this uniform from your fucking logic.
Right.
But here's the thing is I am teaching people about it and I'm getting people aware of like, that's what it looked like in real life. Because here's the thing is you can do research on things. And that's sort of the biggest bullshit thing. It's like, I mean, I say it once in a while. I'm like, most reenactors are fucking so oblivious. And I will pull that card to certain ones that think they're like doing real things.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well, no, there's a place to pull the card. Like, it's not an invalid card. It's like if you and I went to an event and then I came home and started talking about how I was hot shit because I did the war like you did. You know, like
right. And but here's the thing is like, You've never done that. You've never pulled that. You just said, hey, I did a shitload of research, spent a shitload of money to get everything right. This is what they would have looked like at this time.
But when you see the guys who try to do that, like, oh,
Right.
I'm basically a soldier. That's when you're like, the fuck?
Yeah,
Here's my
that's
card.
when I get pissed off. And it's like, no, the fuck you're not. This
Yeah.
is nowhere near close to real.
Which that's when you're supposed to pull the card. Yeah. That's what
Right.
I'm
And
saying.
I've only done that a couple times, and people have gotten very pissy about that. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, you fucking child. Like,
Why would anyone get pissy about that? That's
well, because they get pissy because they know they're wrong. And I'm like, this is not
Yeah.
real life. Like, this is not how it is. It's nowhere near. Like, you don't get it. So stop fucking saying that, oh, this is like real life. It's not. It's not. And if you realize that, you're just like, oh, I want to teach people who might otherwise not be interested in this thing about what our interests are. That's the whole point of this shit, right?
Right.
And it's like, oh, because like you and I have been to a lot of really good events. Let's be honest. We've been to a lot of good events.
Yeah, we've been
to
to some great ones.
Where the public is like actually intrigued, whether you know.
That's why I wanted to get back into the hobby, because I missed those really good ones.
Right, and it's like, you know, when you're talking to somebody from the public that's paid to be there, and like they kind of want an experience. It's like, yeah, you talk to them, you teach them everything they ask, and here's the thing, dude, is like we've had a lot of valid questions asked where we even go, oh, I got to actually go back and like go to my research. And there's some that you can't answer because you go, oh shit, that's a really good question. I don't have the answer for it right now. But then you go and research it because you go, oh shit, why didn't I think of that? You know?
Well, sometimes you get ones that you can answer, but you're just pleased you got them. Like, you think, wow, that was I wouldn't have thought to ask that kind of question. Really intriguing.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned ones that you don't know, but even ones you do know, still you stop and you go, wow, like after.
Well, then it's that moment too where you're like, when you do know it, you do know the answer that's so fucking obscure and nerdy, and somebody you would have never thought they would ask that, they ask it. It's like, whoa, shit! It's like a dopamine hit.
Oh, I'm not the only one that cared about that. Holy shit! you know.
You know, and what's funny is like most of the time, like kids are the ones that ask.
They have the best questions, yeah.
Because they actually give a fuck, and they don't have a filter.
Most.
Yep, and they know the most. Yep.
Because they'll know the weirdest shit too. Like they'll be like, so like, what's in your gas mask tin? Like, I didn't know what the fuck this was for like ever. Like you just know it's like, yeah, what kind of mask do you have? And I don't know if that's like movies or video games,
right,
or the culprit there, but they know a weird amount of shit about things you wouldn't expect.
Well, they don't have a filter. They're not like scared and like they don't feel awkward because it's like most of the adults, like they're there and they're awkward. They're like, oh, I don't want to be here. It's weird and whatever. Like these bunch of fucking weirdos, and they're afraid to ask questions until they ask a question. And then you realize that, or they realize that, like, no, we're like willing to explain anything you want to know. And then they'll start getting more like, okay, well then what's this for? And what's this? Oh, so how would this have been done? And then you're like, yeah, you go in and you explain it, and they go, holy shit, I didn't even think about that. Like that really, okay, that makes sense. I just hadn't thought of it that way. And it's like, yeah, welcome to my world. It's amazing. It's fucking fun.
It's great to share that with people.
Well, yeah, it's great. And you meet a lot of really good people that come to these events, and they just want to learn and they want to see things. And that's why I felt an obligation, and I still feel an obligation to get the impression as close to what it would have been in real life as possible, so we can kind of riff off of that. And like, even if you don't know the macro shit of like, well, trench warfare, was it always trench warfare? Well, at the end, not really. It was kind of, but it was more
in the beginning, not really.
Well, in the beginning, yeah, and then it became a stalemate. But like, even if they're scared to ask that, they'll be like, well, what is that you have on your belt, or what kind of helmet are you wearing? That kind of shit. Like, and it's like, yeah, this is accurate, but it's also a conversation starter at those events.
Well, and when it's accurate, when it's accurate too, like just to break in quick.
Right, and then you can say, yeah, this is literally what it would look like.
Right, it's not guesswork, and
Yeah, I think it would have looked like this. This is close enough. It's like, no, this is literally like your Stahlhelm, right? For example.
Yeah.
You chose to get a fucking real Stahlhelm, which none of the repros come close in the shape and the weight and the size and whatever.
I found a couple ones that came almost close, but
they don't. Like, They really don't. I mean, that's one of those things that they just can't. They don't fucking get it. But anyway, you wear a real Stahlhelm, right?
Yeah.
And when somebody says, "Oh, is that the helmet that they wore?" You go, "Yeah," and you can take it off and hand it to them, and they go, "Holy shit, that's heavy." Yeah, it is. Like, you know, and this is literally a real shell, like from the First World War, and it makes the connection a lot easier. Now, with some research, yeah, it's richer, and it's. But here's the thing: is I guess I'm getting off on a tangent or like a nerdy tangent. The reason you and I both love events is because we love history, we love these subjects rather.
Yeah, you want to keep it alive, give it to people,
right? And keep it, and like maybe some kid at an event. We have that spark. We have that spark lit. Maybe it isn't going to fire off soon, but then maybe someday they'll go, well,
we both had something that did that to us, and we want to do it.
Well, here's the thing: is like I don't know if I said this on a live stream before, but like when I was a kid, we went up to Grand Marais, which is like a town way in northern Minnesota. It's like a half hour from the Canadian border, right? And on the way there was this fort, and they did like fur trade in like early 19th century living history, right? And we went there, and I was a small child. I was like 6 or 7 years old. We went there, and these guys are cooking wild rice stew over an actual fire, and like they're wearing all the shit that they would have worn. And it was like walking around, and they talk to you like you're a person, but they're still kind of in character. It was really cool, and it was like, wow, this is like fucking awesome.
It's like going to another world.
Yeah, it's like going to another world, and you're like, oh shit, this is really cool. And like they were eating the wild rice stew and the food and stuff. And then we found out, like my mom made a connection. She's like, well, I know with my relatives, like we had voyageurs in our family, and they're like, oh, okay, what were the names? And she said, and they're like, oh, let's go grab this book. And we opened it up, and like we found my ancestors in this book that settled this entire fucking area from Canada. They're French.
Wow. Yeah.
And it was like, so you go on from like the basic, like, oh, this is fucking awesome. This is what they would have had. This is what they would have carried. This is the food they would have eaten. And you go on from that. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, we just learned something about our ancestors. And my mom bought the book, right?
All right.
And we still have it. And we have it like underlined because like the people up there were like, yeah, here's your ancestors. And like, it's documented. It's like fucking awesome. So you connect a lot more through that. And that's why I love these events is, like one of my favorite ones actually that we did is the Fort Snelling World War I days. all that bullshit aside that we can bitch about.
No, I'm not talking about things to bitch about. I was thinking it's one of my favorite events too, but probably for other reasons.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: is like the first year we did it, dude. Do you remember how many fucking people were there?
I was only there 1 year. I missed that first year.
No, I think you were there.
I was not. I gotta use the restroom now, so I'll get it back.
Oh yeah, I gotta piss too. Piss break.
All right, piss break.
All right. All right. Greek gnome, dumb question. Were Stahlhelms exported to Argentina at any point in time? I don't think so, but they also adopted the style, which is probably where your question comes from. Argentina has been pretty influenced by the Germans in the First and Second World War. They had Pickelhauben at one time, and then they still, for parade purposes nowadays, wear the Stahlhelm kind of helmet. But I don't know if Germany actually exported actual Stahlhelms to them. I would say no, but
Oh, Jesus, this room is like an oven.
yeah, not great.
No.
You walk in there like you're walking into a fucking freezer, like, oh god, and then here you're just like sweating spinal fluid, like
Yeah, basically, it's a pretty rough juxtaposition.
Yep. So, but yeah, like I think you were only there for 1 year. I think I was there the year before, and then the second year you showed up, and that was a fun year because that was when I first started talking to Sophie, which is fun.
Yep. Yes.
And then
yes, that was actually fun.
Speeb had his fucking. We were watching Kelly's Heroes.
Sorry, I had a problem with my belt here. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Speeb had his little incident, and then Kelly. We were watching Kelly's Heroes in the.
I've never seen that until then.
Right, it was a fucking great movie. Because we got done with that, and then Speeb started farting really loud and like disgustingly. We were like, "What the fuck is wrong? Like, stop!" And then we just like walked out.
Machine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, no. So, but that year, yeah, that was about like the first. I think that was probably the second time I was there, but that was like the first time we were there. Like when it first happened, it was like, dude, there were so many people there. So many people that were like hyped up and like fucking wanting to like learn about the First World War, and dude, we couldn't keep up. But like, it was so fun to like see the passion on people's faces. They're like, "Well, I don't know anything about the First World War," and like, remember, I think you remember this. You were standing by me like when somebody was like, "I've literally never seen anything about the First World War that's not black and white."
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, you remember? Because I was like, yeah, I had the same thing. Like whenever I see, I think because I pointed to you, I was like, whenever I see my buddy Dakota or anybody else dressed up in this stuff in real life, it's like surreal. It's like, well, this is how it actually looked, and all I've seen is black and white and sepia tone shit.
It's one of those things. God, it's so good. Like that's the thing you could like want to foster in people. Like I had that, and it doesn't go away. Like I had that with like seeing your French shit the other day. Because we've been around French reenactors, but there aren't that many. There should be a lot more. Like we never up close, so like I don't know any of them. So to like see your shit and be like, oh wow, I can like really see the details in this. I know how the belt attaches. Like, oh, it's fucking fascinating,
Yeah, it's weird even for me. Like, I'm not looking in a mirror constantly, but like even when I had all that shit and I put it on for the first time, I'm like, wow, I get it. Like, it makes sense. It's like it's still fucking surreal, but like, and I was actually really kind of surprised at how many people were like, oh, World War I French. Is that you have like a label? Yeah. I'm like, oh, can I see that? And I'm like, sure, because they're so fucking few and far between now.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I know.
They're really. I'm super glad I got mine when I did. I really couldn't afford it at the time, but I was like, I need one. I just want one, and it happens to be a really fucking good shooter, and it's like it's cool to have that to be able to do this impression,
Yeah. And there's impressions I'd like to do that I'll never find the guns for.
Yeah, and that's a huge problem. Like I saw that Danish Craig. I'm looking at it right now. That would be fucking awesome if we could find the 1923s.
Why can't I paint the Civil Defense 23? And by be painted, I mean have you do it.
Well, here's the thing: is like that's so fucking. I mean, I can do it. It's just I'd have to get the color right. That gray that they had, the gray green.
What I'm saying is, I foresee you being able to eyeball it better than me.
Right, but the chin
You've always
strap,
been better
the
at
chin
that.
strap is going to be the issue.
Yeah,
The
oh,
liner, nobody sees the chin strap, or I'm sorry, nobody sees the liner, but like they'll see the chin strap.
I didn't know there was a difference.
There is. The
I actually,
liner is
that's fair.
the
Okay.
liner on the civil defense helmets are it's very chintzy.
Yeah, they are. They're real. The
Yep.
straps like mad chintzy.
Right. So, but anyway, no. So you're happy with your Shaw helm? You said the paint.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Yeah, and I got the. I actually I just put a shitload of painter's tape on the liner because you were like, "Don't take it out." I'm like, "Okay, cool," but I'll still get the skirt so like people can see that.
If you had
And
split pins, I wouldn't have cared if you took it out. It's just I didn't figure you had the split pins.
I don't. I don't have the World War One split pins. But yeah, I was just like, you know what, fuck it. So I just put a bunch of painter's tape, and it turned out just great. Because then also you can see the difference in the old paint job, which is matte finish and like bluish.
It would, it'd be a really good World War II color.
No, it wouldn't.
No,
No, it was just a rattle can. It was no, it's not a good color at all.
maybe I'm just like rose tinted glasses with this shit.
Well, dude, I used to be, and then I got really into like colors and shit of helmets, like German World War One and World War Two helmets.
No,
And like,
I mean, I think I'm just remembering the helmet better than it was.
what do you mean?
That's what I was saying with.
Oh yeah, your helmet.
I'm like, maybe my helmet might have been shit, and I'm just remembering it great.
No, your helmet's not shit, but like the paint
No, the
job
color.
was shit.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
The color, and for World War II, that color didn't exist.
A lot of shit that didn't exist.
Well, in the field, perhaps, because when they would camouflage helmets in the field in the Second World War, they would use whatever fucking paint they had, whether it was captured or vehicle paint or whatever, and they would use that. But like, as far as like a stock color of a helmet for World War II, nope, not even close. For World War One, also not close, because you see the difference. Like, the actual color for World War One is like green, and it's shiny.
Oh yeah. It's
glossy
or something.
Right, BLO. And for World War II, they had two colors at the first part. It was like mostly apple green, they call it, right? Yeah. The parade finish, which is smooth, no texture, apple green. And they also had this pea green, which is a little bit darker. Still, they were both shiny and whatever. And then they went to the Dunkelgrau with the M40 helmets.
The apple green looks cool as fuck.
Apple green is cool as fuck. Yeah, I'm actually going to restore my first German helmet I ever had, Norwegian rework, that I fucked over as a kid. Yeah, I'm going to restore that back to configuration, original configuration, because I looked at the lot number and the this exact helmet, and it was a double decal hair helmet. So
nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to restore it back to that and just have it in the collection. Nice. Whatever, I'm going to replace the leather and the liner and all that shit. But it's an M35. Yeah, it was made in 1936.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a really early one. And
that's a good shell.
Yeah, it's a great shell. And like my parents bought it for me when I was a kid because I always wanted a fucking German helmet, and I got one, but it was a Norwegian rework, but whatever.
Well, I always wanted one, and I bought one. It was one of those Finnish fucking, what are they, 40-55s?
Yeah, but like here's the thing: is like I sell a lot of the I rework and like do a lot of the Finnish ones, but I never advertise them as an original German helmet because some of them are right. They were made in Germany. They scrubbed them, but I'm like, no, you need to know what you're buying. I'm like, it's a refurbished fucking M40-55.
Well, yeah, that also lets you know that it doesn't have the same. I mean, if you really wanted to get into the weeds, it lets you know that it doesn't have the same like heat treatment that the Germans did, and
no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. The Finns didn't do it, did they?
Right. No, but here's the thing: is like it's about half of those fucking shells are German shells.
Oh yeah.
And half of them are not, and you can tell. I can tell at least by the.
I haven't seen enough of them.
Oh, dude, I love getting a bunch of them and then restoring them because they look. Dude, we use a lot of them for the film because it's like when they're restored, they're the ones that are German manufactured that were just scrubbed and then they could sell that after the Second World War. They're literally a fucking M40. You can tell from the fucking vent shape and everything.
Yeah.
They're so good. Like they're an M40 and it's like, and also if they get beat to shit, who gives a fuck?
Well, even better. Yeah, they look better.
Right. Right. And like I have an original M35 double decal here that was repainted and then the decals came out, whatever. An original M40 Luftwaffe single decal. I love Luftwaffe helmets. I fucking love them.
I got one the other day.
An original?
Yeah, it was given to me. It's pretty rough. It's pretty, like the decal's pretty rough, but it's
Go
there.
get it. Go get it immediately.
it's not in fucking good shape, but
Go
get
it immediately. Yeah, go get it immediately.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's just the shell too, no liner.
All right. Let me see this. Okay, thanks. Hi, Zachary Burgard. The World War I German caps, I got sick of dealing with them. I'm just going to try to sell them off in a big lot, so probably not. Steven Recknagel. I want to Luftwaffe helmet bad. Yep. Luftlandtruppe. Yeah, it's funny because Luftwaffe helmets are generally going to be cheaper because very few people want them because they think the Luftwaffe did anything in World War II, but definitely did. They got an M42. Nice. It's an M42. Very nice.
Yep, it's real fucking rough.
Dude, yeah, can you what size is that, do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's a 64 shell.
Yeah, so you can see the mark, well, maybe you can see the markings. It'll be on the inner left of the skirt with the manufacturer and the size, and then should be on the back of the skirt should be the lot number.
Inner left. I'm not seeing anything I can read, but
Yeah,
I can get the...
It's probably got a patina on it, so.
Yeah, it does. The lot number on the back, would that help?
Without the size and the manufacturer, not really.
Okay, yeah.
Well, let me see really quick. I just got to confirm that it's on the left.
There is some, yeah. There's something on the left.
Can you rub it with your finger and see? It should be one or two letters followed by the size.
Looks like E.T.
Yep, E.T. and then it should be 60 something.
Well, I can see part of the 6. I can't see the other one. I think it's 64.
Okay, so it's Eisenhutenwirke Thaler, which is a very fucking common thing. All right, so ET 64, and what is the lot number?
719.
719.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. So M42, 719.
Also, what's up with the fucking liner? How do these detach?
We'll get to that in a second. Hold on. 719. Not in here. Yeah, so that actual lot number is not in this book. But yeah, it's so. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I mean, obviously the decal's original. You can see that.
Well, so. You want to get a better look at it?
Yeah, I mean, put it really close to the camera.
Oh, I'm fucking retarded and can't do mirror images.
Yeah, so that's a Luftwaffe helmet. Yeah, for sure. That's the decal's original. And so the band, what are we talking about there? Like, it's just the band?
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with that? Like, how's that?
The leather rotted the fuck out.
No. I knew the leather rotted out. I meant, how does the band itself? Like, if you had to change out the liner, how do you get to the split pins?
You should be able to see right there, like in the band, like you can see the split pins popping through the band.
Okay, I think I do. It's just really, that's odd. So you don't change the split pins.
What do you mean you don't change them?
This here, just can you see in here? That little stud. Damn it.
Yeah.
That was where the split pin was.
Well, you've still got the fucking split pins in there, like the fucking.
Yeah. I can see the pins like normal. What is this? You have to look behind whatever this band is.
Oh, they got the springs. Yeah.
The springs.
Yeah, springs. Yeah. So that's the M31 liner is like really weird like that. And yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, dude. You have to look behind the springs and you can see the split pins with the fucking washers. They're not called washers.
I know what you're talking about. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I've never seen these springs. What are these? Like,
yeah, the springs, like they just, I don't know exactly what they do, but like they're present on M31 liners.
So and like, how do they come out?
You can pull them out, like they'll slide out. You just don't cut your fucking hand open. They're very sharp.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna do it now anyhow.
Yeah, for that band, I would recommend, like, if you want to restore it, just get the leather. Like here, I mean, I could do it for you someday, but like honestly, I would just leave it the way it is.
I was gonna actually.
Yeah, just don't worry about that. But yeah,
I just wanted to show it to you,
dude. That's a fucking dude. My single decal. You've seen it in person. The Luftwaffe M42. I got that for $10 because that's what I paid for shipping in the trade. So
God, that's nuts.
No, it's nuts. Like you just got a free fucking M42. Like that's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm not bitching. I'm happy about it.
Oh no, it's great. I love it. It's fucking amazing. So
I guess it just pays to be nice.
Yeah, it does. It pays to be nice, be in the right place at the right time. Like I got this single decal, like mint condition shell from a YouTube viewer that was like, honestly, like this has been taking up space. I don't collect this shit, and it's just picking up dust. And like I'd like to sell this. And I know you'd appreciate that. And the liner was fucked. The actual leather itself, not the liner, but like it was fucked. And so we reached a negotiation deal. And I got that. The shell is fucking mint. And I just put new leather in there. And I've got a size 66 fucking Quist M40 single decal Luftwaffe helmet. I haven't shown you this. Yeah. I'm going to show you this right now.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. So this is fucking amazing. And it's all original. You know, whatever. Check this out.
Jesus fucking.
Yeah, the leather's new. The chin strap is new. But like I knew that going in. But yeah, the shell itself is like mint.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Like, and so yeah, I always forget his name. Like, yeah, we came to a deal and like I paid him and he sent it to me and I restored it and it's fucking awesome. And so this is a really nice piece of my collection. I love German helmets, as you know, and like it was really cool. Like because he was like, yeah, you'll appreciate it more than I do, and I'm like, probably, but. And and also what was really cool, dude, is like for the film, I was required to get like the guys that wore a size like 56 or 57, I was like, yeah, I can just redo the finish helmets.
Right.
But there were a lot of guys that wore 58, 59, 60, 61.
Oh.
And one of them, so I had to source original shells, right? And then restore them. I wanted to get shells that were like fucked or just the shell themselves and then restore them. This is one we used for the film. It's a size 68 M42. Jesus. And then we threw the bread bag strap on there. And then we actually, for the film, you'll see we put grass and shit in here. I restored it. But like, yeah, it's an original size 68 fucking M42 shell.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And we had to get 2 of these fuckers for that. And got really lucky on the one. The one, it was sold at an auction as a finish shell. So I got it for $130.
Oh, wow.
A size 68. And then the other 68 Yes, Cody, I know. They're a size 68. I won. What the fuck did I win that at? Like, it was at an auction, and like, oh, it was one that was super vague. Like, they just said German helmet, and I was looking at it, and I'm looking at like the distance between the vent hole and the rivet and everything. I'm like, okay,
like a
that's
math fucking flying
yeah,
around your
right,
head.
right, right. And I'm like, that's probably a size 66. That's good. I can use that. We'll make it work. I get it, and it's a size 68, and I'm like, Skrrr! For like $150. I'm like, fuck yeah.
That's fucked up cheap.
Yeah, it is.
Fucked up cheap.
Yeah, I'll throw a new liner. And then this one I also got as a Finnish helmet. It's another M4. We didn't use this for the film, but like, it's just a no decal, fucking all original. I was gonna restore it, but
it
I'm
looks
like,
great.
yeah, it's like, it's a great thing, and it's a size 66 and whatever. So, dude, my fucking collection went from, and this is the most recent acquisition. Literally bid on this at an auction and won it. I thought people were going to outbid me. Another M40. It was originally a single decal Luftwaffe. They had a shitty Army decal on there. So I'm going to restore this to its former glory. And they also put in like a weird, not original liner, like leather. So I'm going to.
You know what that looks like? Hey, is it hard? Is it like plasticky?
It's leather, but yeah, it's
I wonder
thick.
if that's not one of the border guard.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. Because they would have the vent holes in the front of the liner. Yeah, it would be the vent holes right here.
Okay.
So no, it's a repro leather. The band is original, and I don't think the split pins have been taken off. So I might just do the leather. But I'm going to restore this to the former glory of a single decal Luftwaffe helmet. Got the paint and everything. That's the most recent acquisition. But like, yeah. So this one too was also used in the film. Get off. I have a cover on it right now, but like, it's a size 66 M42.
I've never gotten a fucking cover to fit that well.
Really?
It just looks really good.
Yeah, I'm really good at putting covers. I actually got paid in basic training to fucking put helmet covers on guys' helmets. Once we qualify with rifles, then you can put your helmet cover on.
Really?
Yeah, I actually got paid $10 a pop to do that. But like, I've always been pretty decent.
That's pretty good money.
Yeah, I've always been pretty decent at helmet covers. But like, I also did this for a lot of the guys, most of the guys in the film, different script and everything. But I also put their name.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yep, Müller. And yeah, I still got blood, like fake blood in the fucking helmet. That's great. But no, so I did that, and I did God, I wish, where the fuck are all the other helmets?
I was gonna ask you, have any in my size.
Not originals, but I've got a bunch of the finished ones. Oh shit, yeah, you wanted to get one. I just did a batch, and they're on the site right now. You wear a 56, right?
Yeah.
And you want just an Army one?
I don't really know. I guess, yeah. I don't want anything extravagant. Like, I don't want SS.
Well, yeah, of course, but like,
I'll need an SS someday.
Hey, Cody, go lay down. Do you want to see this fucking weasel horse?
Yeah, let's see.
Cody, come here.
Is his name Cody?
I told you this. Yes, his name was Cody. I know it's your nickname. Come here.
Well, no, I did not. Yeah, that's why he's been like fucking with me.
This is the weasel horse.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing with me?
Well, no, he loves this. He absolutely loves human like attention and like being physical with.
That's interesting.
But look at his fucking ears. It's the coonhound.
He was like an elf.
Yeah. Right now he's got the ears of death out, which are not good. All right, you gotta get comfortable. Okay. There. Now he's more relaxed. But yeah, his ears. Look at this fucking thing. Hey, stop being spastic. Quit. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. Stop being a fucking asshole. Go lay down.
He's a dog.
Well, usually he's like, he loves being like held and shit, and like he's really cuddly. Go lay down. If you're gonna be a dick, You see him like he's like, I'm sorry, it's just not right now. I can't do it. Look at this fucking
Yes.
thing. And the ears, the coonhound ears.
There's a fucking retarded looking dog.
Yeah, he's like, unfortunately, he's the nicest dog you'll ever fucking meet. He never barks at anything that like comes in the driveway. He's like obnoxiously nice.
Mm.
Like he's the nicest dog I think I've ever met. He's like the least aggressive, and I'm like, well, that's fun because I just wanted something that would fucking bark when somebody came in the driveway, you know?
Right.
Oh shit.
Literally
But
have the minimal amount of use possible for a dog.
yeah, he's pretty. But the thing is, I don't have the heart to kill him. I can't do it. So like, oh, that's why you're frickety fucky. He's got Chester the cat fucking with him. Chester's also a very nice cat. He drools excessively when you're holding him. Hey, stop fucking with the Tavor. He's like rubbing his whiskers on the Tavor and it's like moving and it's gonna fall.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's funny. Like
God, the cat was doing that to the fucking stove the other day.
mm-hmm.
The full fucking like rolling boil fucking pot on. It's like, can you just not?
Yeah, can you just not? Yeah.
Please don't fucking scald yourself to death in front of your fucking owner who will never be consoled ever again, and I'll have to fucking bury you somewhere.
Right. Yeah. Cody, you were just outside. You just went potty. You're fine. Look at him. His little whip tail.
Does it hurt when he whips you with it?
Oh yeah, it's pretty quick. But like, do you see how he's literally half Doberman? You can see that, like the colors and everything.
Oh yeah,
and his like body shape, but like also the shittier half is coonhound. It's like only retards in the South have coonhounds voluntarily.
Correct.
And I didn't know that when we got him. Like I thought he was gonna grow. He hasn't grown a fucking inch or a pound since we got him. I'm like, oh well, he'll be fine. He'll be dude, stop with the ears of death. I don't want the ears of death. What do you want? Do you see him? Like he's exploiting me right now. What? No.
By the dog.
Stop with the whip tail. Don't bark. If you fucking bark, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking muzzle. No. No. But anyway, yeah, no. So I'm glad you got your first German helmet, like your World War II German helmet.
Mm.
You popped your cherry.
Yeah, it's my first one. I was pretty psyched about it.
Dude, keep going. Like here's the thing. Like I was telling you with the film, like it gave me an excuse to get a bunch of like affordable helmets, like that are original, and like fucking restore them.
Mm.
Dude, it's great. Like I'm gonna show you this one more time. I'm gonna take the cover off. Easy to put back on. You just suck at it. Not my problem.
Well, I got a shitty cover too. I was buying one for World War One.
Oh yeah, it's well.
And those are all worse shit.
I'll also teach you how to put a fucking cover on. But like, oh shit, that decal like mostly wore off in the film. But like, I made it a single decal M42.
I mean, that was great.
Yeah, and it looked great in the film. And but yeah, goddamn, where the fuck are my other helmets? My other German helmets? They're somewhere. But yeah, so I did the because I had you remember Jorg, of course.
Yeah.
And so Jorg and Baron, one of his friends, who's also from Germany, I was like, so is this? I researched a bunch of the original markings of like the font and everything that they would paint, and I did a bunch of different ones. And a couple of the actors, we sent them their helmets, the finished ones, because it's like, well, it's a souvenir, and like I try to keep it around $100 per actor, like we give souvenirs to for the film. And so I don't have a lot of them, but like this one, and where the fuck is my other one? My other size 68 M42. But anyway, yeah, it looked great, and like you could actually see this in a lot of the film. Is like you can see the names that are painted in white with different text and script and all that shit. So it was just really cool.
Yeah, those are some of the coolest ones to like the coolest ones to find and see. Bunch of the names and shit scrawled in them.
Yeah, and some of them are like they just use like a Sharpie, basically like a pen, so it's black.
Yeah.
You've seen those, and it's like, yeah, it's
You see a lot painted in like a fine black. And they're so neat.
very like, yeah. And so for the very younger guys, like I made it like fuck, I wish well, I sent a couple of those out, so like the actors have them, but like what the fuck?
Did you do the script?
On one of them I kind of did, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where the fuck I put all these things.
It's such a bitch. I learned that stupid hand script, and then I forgot like normal cursive.
Yeah, it's kind of like Suderlin. It's kind of a cross between Suderlin and cursive and just printing.
Yeah, you
That's
see
kind
that
of
a
like,
lot.
yeah, it's kind of like the thing in it. So I sat there with a fine fucking brush and did that for a lot of them, and you'll see it in the film. Like it's a stupid little detail, but it also is like pretty common.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, because we hang our helmets up, you know, whatever, we have to know who's who, like immediately, like bam, 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 and so.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's one of those like just good details you like to see in a film.
Right. Yeah, we did a lot of details like that. We did that. We did.
It's just one of those things. It adds like a richness to it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. But I won't get off on the film tangent because we did so much shit, like the details and whatever.
I got a random question.
Yeah.
Just what's a decent price to pay for a Pasca?
What size?
Shit, I don't know.
You'd probably wear a medium because you wear a 56.
Yeah, I would. I think I would wear a medium. I don't know the price of the one I was looking at.
Yeah, $100, give or take $20. Depending on condition, all that shit, like completion. Make sure it's got everything. Yeah, $100, give or take.
Okay.
If you want one, I can find you one, and we'll go from there.
Would you kindly?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
I actually fucking think I have an extra medium.
What?
I fucking Pasgets are one of my favorite helmets. Yeah, they're fucking amazing, and people like because we shot one up that was from 1987, like a few years ago. I think you've seen that video. Like we did.
Yeah, that's why I want one.
Yeah, and the liner sucks, so you can also get an upgraded like liner. You can get the BLSS kit that turns into like a lightweight helmet where you got the pads instead of the fucking dome fucking string that digs into your head.
Oh.
So, but if you want it for like, you know, a shit at the fan kind of thing, like we can make that work. And
yeah, that's actually.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we'll get you hooked up. So.
Nice.
Yep. So, yeah, I think we're good on the stream. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Dakota will be back, because now that we got it figured out and how to do things, we're good to go.
There we go.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Sweet Jesus, Jesse. All right, later, guys.